The original Parasite Eve was an intense psychological thriller that wed the survival horror genre with RPG elements for something unlike anything else. After an absence that's lasted over a decade, the series rematerializes with the third birthday. Do its attempts at treading new territory sacrifice its identity?
The Babel is stronger than any other, which means one mistake and it's all over.
I know I can do this.
With a plot that not only makes absolutely no sense, but is also overrun with cringeworthy dialogue, The Third Birthday is among the worst stories to ever come out of Square Enix, if not the absolute worst. When you consider just how low its standards have fallen over the years, this says a lot.
You gotta be shitting me.
From what we could scrape together, a mysterious entity known as the Twisted is wreaking havoc upon mankind. Humanity is all but lost, and in a last-ditch effort, Aya Brea is called upon to save the day. There's a heavy emphasis on time travel, paradoxes, and alternate realities, and given how awkwardly the story treats these slippery concepts, you'd have better luck trying to explain string theory to a 2-year-old.
There is no explanation for why Kyle Madigan is here.
The Third Birthday, in short, does not come close to approaching the quality of its predecessors.
Everyone's scared of those eyes that can see into your soul. But I know who those eyes belong to.
During an overdive, if your soul dies, you can't return to your body.
The Third Birthday technically has RPG elements, but they're such a superficial part of the game that you'll hardly notice them. Most of the time, you'll feel like you're playing a bare-bones third-person shooter. This paradigm shift wouldn't be quite so jarring if there were more to the game to sustain your interest. The game is the very definition of linear, forcing you to continuously press forward with no real option to backtrack. Its 6 levels are broken into smaller zones, many of which will make you feel claustrophobic and restricted. Do this for 10 hours, and you're done.
That's not necessary.
Character progression is tedious. You're limited to purchasing and upgrading weapons and changing your attire. The over-energy system complements the rudimentary leveling by allowing you to customize your stats to an extent, though its trial-and-error approach is counterintuitive and confusing. There are precious few redeeming qualities to the package, such as hidden items and bonus objectives, though nowhere near enough to hold your interest in this paper-thin game.
I can't save anyone?
Shooters tend to fare poorly on the PSP due to the lack of a second analog input, but the Third Birthday manages to work around the worst side effects of the hardware handicap. Though a few special weapons allow for manual aiming while stationary, most guns take advantage of a lock-on mechanic, allowing the action to remain decently fluid. The camera controls are the bigger problem. Since the D-pad is so close to the analog nub, you need one seriously dexterous thumb to get a decent view. There's little strategy involved in advancing. You'll lock onto enemies, unload a clip, dodge or take cover, and repeat ad nauseum. Weapons come in only a handful of flavors, and most handle the same way. The ability to command nearby allies to lay down crossfire quickly becomes your standard tool for dispatching enemies. The cover system really feels like an afterthought, rendered almost useless by the game's run-and-gun style of play.
Gabrielle, I need you!
Aya's special abilities mix the action up a little. She can possess other characters a la Mindjack, or dramatically enhance her speed and power in short bursts. These don't amount to much, however. While ambitious, the game's attempt to enhance the standard shooter experience is sabotaged at every turn by erratic controls. In the end, what you get is flashy combat that's clumsy and boring.
Aya, I know you like what you see, but I'm taken.
Pretty visuals hold little weight when the rest of the package is rotten to the core. The environments are bland and flat, and you'll get sick of seeing the same few enemy models reused repeatedly. The character models and art direction aren't too impressive either.
Why did you choose betrayal?
Meanwhile, the voice work is so awful that we have to seriously wonder whether Square Enix is even trying anymore.
I never tire of seeing your exquisite overdive technique.
So you're lost in time, huh?
Parasite Eve, this is not. The Third Birthday squanders some clever concepts with clumsy execution, and the end result is just another mediocre shooter that has very little in common with the PlayStation classics that preceded it. This is one birthday that is not worth celebrating.
I'm afraid this isn't good.
Yep.
What do you mean this isn't good? Might as well kill her right now! Damn it!